Okay, so this is story time. I was 5 years old when I met this guy in the LGBT community. It was the summertime. I was 5 years old. I was new to the community. I didn't really come down to the community too much, but I decided to started to come to the community a little bit more, and I didn't know anyone. I was bored walking around, and I met this guy, a really good looking guy. He saw me and he started to talk to me. And later that day, we did have our sexual fun. And every so often, I would come to the community and I would see him most of the time. And he would tell me where to go. And we would just have minor sexual fun. And I didn't see him after that third time or so. I didn't see him after that, maybe in 3 years or so later. I was just walking in the community and he saw me and he said to me, did you get your vagina yet? And I said, what? He says, did you get a sex change? And I said, no. I was a little bit confused because we never discussed anything like that. He says, you're beautiful. I can't really do anything with you until you get your sex change, until you get a vagina. And that was it. I didn't see him again for another couple more years. And that went on from the time I was about 15, 16. I would just see him every so often. And every time I would see him, he would ask me, did you get your vagina? Did you have a sex change? Eventually, after a while, he gave up and stopped asking me. The last time I saw him was about a year or so ago, and he didn't ask me about sex change. He actually hasn't asked me the last 3 or 4 time I saw him, and I would see him, after, from the time I was 15, I would see him every couple of months, every week, couple of weeks or so. But after 16, I didn't really see him all that much, maybe once every few years, every couple of years, it depends. And he would just ask me, did you get your sex change? And I would say no. And I guess he just gave up because he probably thought that I was never going to have this sex change, which we've never discussed. And, the times that we did have fun, I could see that he was uncomfortable with me having the same thing as him. Like, he never touched it, didn't look at it, nothing like that. He just did not want to even acknowledge. So I think he was hoping that I would have a sex change. He's a good looking guy. He has also a large, manhood. But, he was just hoping that I would until, eventually he just gave up asking. And yeah, it was just, this has been going, that went on for a long time. Him asking me about my sex change till eventually he just stopped asking. And as I said, I haven't seen him since about maybe a year or so. That was the last time I saw him, and he just didn't ask me anymore. He hasn't asked the last 3 or 4 times that I saw him. So, yeah, he just gave up on that.